Have you ever found yourself maybe trying to figure out if someone's support is, actually genuine?
Oh, absolutely.
Or if it's just pleasant words that, well, they never really turn into action? I think we've all been there, right? Trying to find those really solid connections.
Hmm. In a world where promises can feel a bit fleeting sometimes.
Exactly. Well, today we're actually going to dig into something that feels almost like an ancient guide for this. It's an old text called the Hirisutta.
Right, from the Sutta Nipata.
Yeah, it's from this collection of discourses from centuries back. And what's kind of amazing is how direct it is, how practical the advice still feels, like it could have been written yesterday for us.
It's incredibly relevant, isn't it?
Totally. So our mission today, we will really unpack the wisdom in these verses. We're aiming to pull out some practical insights on what makes a true friend, what integrity really looks like, and maybe even find a path towards a bit more inner peace. Think of it as your quick guide to spotting those dependable connections and living a more principled life.
And what I find really compelling about the Hirisutta is just how concise it is, yet so profound. It doesn't just give you vague ideas.
No.
No, it draws these really clear lines. It helps you understand what true friendship and good conduct are, but just as importantly, what they aren't.
Ah, okay, the contrast.
Exactly. And that has direct implications for how we deal with the world and really how we deal with ourselves. It's about seeing that authentic character beneath the surface talk. If you sort of zoom out a little, the Hirisutta sets up this stark contrast. Genuine interaction versus just superficial niceties.
Right.
It flags those people straight away who might say, oh yeah, I'm your friend. But then when it comes down to it, they consistently fail to take on helpful tasks, as the text puts it.
Wow, okay. Take on helpful tasks. That's pretty blunt.
It's a very direct way of assessing things, yeah. Cuts right through.
That is fascinating. So it's really not about just saying you're a friend, is it? The text, you mentioned verse 253, it specifically calls out someone who looks like they're avoiding shame by claiming friendship, but then doesn't take on helpful tasks.
Yeah.
It sounds like a really clear red flag it's giving us.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
And then verse 254, it just drives that point home even harder. It says something like, he who offers pleasant words to friends without follow-through, the wise know them.
The wise know them. Okay.
Yeah. Which really makes you think, doesn't it? Are we paying attention to the actions, or do we just get kind of swayed by smooth talk?
It's easy to do.
It is. The text is really clear. Speaking but not acting. That's what ultimately shows you someone's true character. Think about that friend who always says they'll help you move.
Ah, yeah, I know that one.
But come moving day, they're suddenly mysteriously busy. Every single time. This verse is talking directly to that kind of experience.
That is such a powerful way to look at relationships.
Yeah.
It just strips away the fluff and says, look, it's what people do,
Yeah.
not just what they say.
Precisely.
So, okay, if it's so clear about who isn't a true friend, what does the Hirisutta say about the ones we can rely on? What does that genuine friend look like according to this ancient wisdom?
Right, and that's where verse 255 gives us that vital counterpoint. It says very clearly, not a friend is someone constantly watchful, suspicious of division, always looking for faults.
Interesting. So not someone who's always picking you apart or suspecting something's wrong.
Exactly. It kind of challenges that modern idea that maybe a good friend is someone who's hypercritical, supposedly for your own good. Instead, the text says a true friend is someone in whom you can rest with trust, like a sun on the chest.
Wow, like a sun on the chest. That's a beautiful image.
Isn't it? It brings up this feeling of complete security, almost like a child's trust. You feel totally safe, totally vulnerable, in a good way, protected.
Yeah.
And crucially, it adds, he cannot be broken by others.
Cannot be broken by others.
It describes this really unwavering loyalty, a bond that's so strong that outside pressure, gossip, whatever it is, just can't break it.
That's right. Yeah, that's a profound picture of resilience in a friendship. Steadfastness.
Yeah.
It really does sound like friendship is a sanctuary, a place of real safety and deep trust.
A safe harbor.
So does this wisdom then, does it go beyond just friendships? Does it talk about how to live a good life? Sort of, in general.
Oh, absolutely. It definitely broadens the focus. Verse 256 links bearing the burden of effort, or what it calls manly duty.
Okay, what does that mean here? Manly duty.
Well, in this context, it's generally understood as taking a principled, responsible approach to your obligations, your actions. It's about stepping up.
Got it. Responsibility.
Yes. And the text connects doing that to some really profound results. It suggests that taking on these responsibilities, this effort, isn't just about duty for duty's sake. It actually cultivates the cause of joy.
Oh, interesting. So the effort leads to joy.
Yes, and it brings praise, happiness, and fruitful results. What's really fascinating is this idea that putting in that effort, taking responsibility, it doesn't just benefit other people, it profoundly benefits you. It leads to genuine joy and positive outcomes in your own life.
Okay, so it's about actively engaging, taking on responsibilities, knowing the path actually brings satisfaction,
Yeah.
and maybe even recognition, the praise part.
That seems to be the implication, yes.
And then, does it shift again towards something more internal?
It does. It sort of culminates in verse 257 with this really powerful message about inner peace, tranquility. It
Ah,
talks about drinking the flavor of seclusion and tranquility and the flavor of the joy of Dhamma.
Donna. Can you unpack that for us quickly?
Sure. Dhamma here essentially refers to the underlying truth of things, natural law, or living according to righteous principles. It's about aligning yourself with what's fundamentally true and good.
Okay. Living in harmony with principles.
Exactly. And when someone lives like that, the text says the result is being free from worry and faultless. It shows this really clear path towards inner serenity, finding peace through quiet reflection, solitude, and that deep joy that comes from living virtuously.
That's quite a journey in just a few verses.
It really is. So if we were to boil down the key takeaways from the Hirisutta for you listening, first,
Yeah.
a true friend, defined by action, not just nice words. Beware the one who speaks but doesn't act.
Right. Actions speak louder.
Second, a real friend isn't constantly suspicious or fault-finding. They're someone you can trust deeply, like that image, a sun on the chest, a bond that cannot be broken by others.
An unwavering loyalty.
Third, the text powerfully connects taking on that burden of effort, that responsibility, directly to cultivating joy, getting praise, finding happiness in your own life.
Effort leads to well-being.
And finally, it points towards inner peace, embracing seclusion, tranquility, the joy of Dhamma that leads to being free from worry, free from fault.
It really is quite something, isn't it? How these ideas from so long ago just nail the timeless stuff about relationships and personal virtue. You suddenly see how relevant it all still is,
Yeah.
day to day.
Definitely gives you pause for thought.
It really does. So maybe something for you to reflect on after this. Think about how applying these principles from the Hirisutta, really focusing on actions over words, valuing that deep loyalty and trust, and actively seeking that inner peace through virtuous conduct. How might that actually transform your own friendships, maybe even your own sense of well-being?